Hey everybody, it is Kelly and Bobby, and we wanted to get you started off on the right foot with New Year, New You. So right now it is Wednesday night, and everyone is weighed in. So we feel ready that we can give you all the information that you need. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to go over some of the basics of what's going to happen over the next 8 weeks. Then after that, Kelly's going to go into depth with your nutrition journal and kind of help you understand what's in there, how you should go after it, and then we'll go over a couple more little tidying up items, and we'll wrap this up in the shortest video that we can. So first things first, everyone should have weighed in, so we should be good to go with that. Everyone should have gotten their swag bag, so if you haven't, make sure you see one of the trainers before you leave. Now this is the nutrition journal that we're going to go over in just a minute. This is the same program that we used last year. Last year we had completely rewritten the journal. We had such great results that we thought we should just use it again. So if you are a repeat New Year, New You participant and you just want to pull your old one out, then that's fine. If you want a new one, again, just ask one of the trainers. For those of you who are new, New Year, New You's got a bunch of parts to it, but the thing that you want to remember is that you have access to the gym from now until March 30th.
Unlimited.
Yeah, unlimited access from now until March 30th. We want to try and get you to do one workout a day, so don't get super antsy and think you're going to do 2 workouts. We might have some discussions about that later, where, you know, if you guys want to figure out how you can do a little extra. I'm going to go over a few more things after we go over the book, because that's the most important part, and I want to make sure we hit all that. So Kelly, why don't you take a second and walk them through the journal?
You got it. All right. Your nutrition journal, it's kind of broken up into different sections.
You read, I'll turn pages.
The first 9 pages are basically mindset. And what we found, and why we felt it was really important to put that in there, is that the folks that really go into a program with the right mindset, that take some time to think about, what do I really want from this and why do I really want it, which is often the more important question, are way, way more successful than those that are just looking for a diet plan or an eating plan that they think they're going to follow. Because when the times come that you feel like you're going to struggle a little bit, if you can refer back and think back to why you're really doing this in the first place, and you can help hold yourself accountable and lean on the other folks that you've got in your New Year, New You community to help hold you accountable, then the odds are you'll stay the course and be able to make it right through without a whole bunch of hurdles. So those are the first 9 pages.
Now, before we move on, you're going to see that there's some very colorful pictures and all that stuff. A lot of the
content,
a lot of the content that we base our information on is precision nutrition based. Kelly is a precision nutrition level 2 certified instructor. So a lot of the stuff that she's going to talk about now is completely scientifically based on thousands of people who have been through the program.
So here on the next couple pages, 10 through 12, you'll see there's just 2 simple strategies that we really recommend. Now I say simple, but common sense isn't always common practice. And the 2 key strategies that we want you to think about are eating more slowly, which also means being mindful when you're eating, paying attention to what you're eating, recognizing how it tastes, taking the time to really enjoy this really good, healthy, nutrient-dense food you're going to be eating over the next 8 weeks. And then, as you're being mindful with that, making sure that you recognize and you start to learn, if you don't already know it, what does it feel like to be 80% full? Not 100% full and stuffed and miserable when you walk away from the table, but we want you to stop at about 80%. Why do we say that? Because as you give yourself enough time and you walk away, you will fill up and you will feel full and satiated and not overly stuffed. And if you use your water during that time and drink throughout your meal, water, not red or whitish colored wine goblet items, but you will notice that that helps a lot as well. So those are the 2 simple strategies that we start off with. And then on page 14, I believe it is, we really go into from there through the next major section of the journal is what we call kind of your nutrition 101. It's all of the basics. Again, stuff that you may know, but you may not think about regularly. We break down what's a protein, what's a carb, what's the amount of each of those you want to have in your diet, what are the essential fats, what are healthy fats, what are the fats we want to avoid. How do I combine all of these things to make a proper meal? What would be the portion size I should be eating? So all of that is in there in that next section. And again, lots of graphics. Tried to make it super simple and easy, but we're not giving you this and just, emailing it out to you and you're in Des Moines, Iowa. We're here. So any questions you have, you're gonna just highlight your book, bring it in, make an appointment, or bring it in and just sit down with us after class, and we're there to help walk you through it. So as we go at the end of the book, after we go through the 10 key habits we want you to focus on, there's a couple of quick and nice tools. One is on your grocery lists and a bunch of sample recipes that we talk about. So those you can use to kind of figure out what's important to you. And then at the very end of the book is your journal portion. Now, it's a food log written out old school. If you're not interested in doing it that way and you're more accustomed to something like MyFitnessPal, happy to do that, happy to review those for you. You just need to bring in a printed version.
So a couple more tidbits on that. Sometimes you may have to leave it with us, because if a bunch of you are bringing food logs into us at the same time, that's okay. But we'll go through, we'll circle some things, highlight some things, give you some notes, and then we'll make some time before or after a class to chat with you and go over it.
Oftentimes it's easy too for us just to shoot that back to you in an email, so we can give you your bullet points, and then if there's anything confusing, you can shoot an email right back, and we can usually clear up that conversation much faster than making sure that we hit you in person. But that being said, happy to sit down in person at any time that you guys need it as well.
So to wrap a little bit of the nutrition journal up, I wanted to just pay attention to a couple things. What we found in the more recent years, the people who were the most successful had a couple things in common. Number one, we did not give a meal by meal by meal by meal breakdown, because that's not a lifestyle change. We want to help you figure out how to eat the foods that you like in proper portions and make it work. Now, that doesn't mean if you only like pizza, hamburgers, fries, and tacos, that's gonna be in every single meal plan. But what it means is that if you are a little bit more tendency to grab fish, then we'll help you with fish stuff. If you are all over the map and you like everything, great. If you have an allergy towards something, we'll help you towards that. But this is helpful in the lifestyle thing. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about protein, because no matter what program you've ever done, and if you're new, you've never done one with this, protein has been one of the most successful things that goes on. So if you're new, you should have one of these shaker bottles in your swag bag. If you have been a client here for a while, you should have gotten one of these. And if you lost it, broke it, cracked it, need a new one, just come see us, and they're just a couple of bucks. But the key is, whether you purchase your protein from us, or go on Amazon or go to Costco, I'll talk about that in a second, but you need to be having a portion of protein after your workout every time you work out. So you put it in here, you keep it on the bottom, make sure your name is on the shaker bottle, you drink your water throughout the workout, then after you work out, pour your protein in, shake it up, and then after you shake it up, drink it on your way home. Now, all protein shakes are not created equal. Again, I'm not saying you have to buy your protein from us. If you have allergies, we'll help you through that. But here's the deal. We say this all the time. If you can buy a dog food size bag of protein, it's probably not the cleanest protein out there. We have protein at the gym that is only 125 calories. It is 25 to 30 grams of protein. If you add peanut butter, there's other things. But just make sure if you're not going to get it from us, just make sure we kind of help you look at it so you're not drinking a 500 calorie protein shake and blowing everything.
Yeah, happy to look at any labels of protein that you might have on hand. We certainly don't want people to be wasting good quality protein if you've got it, and I'm happy to help you make that decision if what you have is something that you should be using right now.
If you are a newer person, you might be asking about heart rate monitor training. And if you're a person who doesn't use the heart rate monitor and you're interested, I just got an order in. So we've got 10 sitting at the gym. What's the benefit? If you're working out, we can look up at the screens and we can help you by saying, hey, you've been in the red way too long. Let's get you out of the red. Hey, you're on an exercise like battle ropes and you're in the blue and you really need to ramp that up. So if that's something you're interested in, again, make sure you talk to a trainer. We'll get you set up right away. Couple of other notes that I'm just going to go over to keep this short, but they are important. Number one, we have in the past done workouts after the Saturday and Sunday.
We've done meetings, accountability meetings,
yes,
after the Saturday last workout of the day.
So in the past, they haven't been greatly attended. So we're going to do two things. After every class on Saturday, we're going to do a group huddle with anybody who's doing New Year, New You. We're going to kind of give you a couple things to think about, answer a couple quick questions, and then expect that you'll get some sort of video like this where we're kind of just updating you, giving you some ideas, answering some of the hot topic questions that might have come up to help you. The other thing is we've had, for some of the new people, how many days a week should we be working out? 4 to 5 days a week is where you're going to see the best results. You can do 6. We recommend you get at least 1 day off. But here's the thing. If you want to just be committed and you're afraid to take a day off, our Sunday classes are meant to be restorative. So if you come in on a Sunday, if you're feeling beat up, if you're feeling like you need a little bit of a rest day, but you don't want to miss your time at the gym, come in on Sunday and we can help you with that.
That being said, one other thing, especially for those of you that are new and that are just starting out, these first 2 weeks, your body may be barking at you a little bit, and you may find that, hey, I've been in day 3, and by day 4, I'm kind of whipped and I'm tired, and you're just going to share that with the trainer, and whoever is on is going to help walk you through. They're going to modify that session for you, and it may not be the day that you're going to do all 4 rounds. They may cut you loose and say, hey, the last round I want you to do some extra foam rolling or some stretching or give you a lacrosse ball to work with, and Bobby's going to go through that now. But the idea is every body is truly an individual body, and so pay attention to yours. Don't be a wimp about it. But don't kill yourself either, because if you do, you're not going to be able to work out and do your best the next day. So walk that line where you're really listening to what your body is telling you.
So that's a great segue into, you have a lacrosse ball and a mobility ball in your swag if you're new, and if you've been coming a while, you should have these already because we've given these out in the past. The little ones are for when we teach you to do the bottom of your feet and maybe some more nooks and crannies, and the lacrosse ball is for bigger parts. Unless it's, your first or second day, you may not have experienced these yet. Just again, feel free to ask a trainer at the beginning or end of class, and they can show you how to use this stuff. Couple other things to talk about. So in the past, we've tried Facebook. We didn't get a lot of, kind of engagement in that. If that's something that you guys think you want to do, let us know. I think what we'll do is we'll do an email of these videos, but maybe we'll post them on Facebook if
we're happy
if
to
you
set
want.
up a private Facebook group if that's something that people are interested in. Again, in the past, we've had very few participants in that, and it felt kind of like a job to people. So that's not what we don't want to make this cumbersome or difficult for you. But if that's something that there's enough interest, we're happy to do it.
Last few tidbits. Let's say you have to go away for a couple days and you don't want to miss your workouts. Ask us. We have workouts already written up for you, stuff that you can do in a hotel room, stuff that you can do in a hotel gym. If you're going to a family member's and you're going to go to another person's gym, in another city. I mean, if you want to take a class or you want to do something there, that's fine. Go ahead. You can do that too. Your next weigh-in will be around March 4th, so about a month from now, and we'll give you 2 or 3 days to get your weigh-in. You can't miss that. If you miss that, you're disqualified because we have to have that middle weigh-in. It helps us get you guys, refocused if you're having some challenges or just motivated to keep you going. Your last weigh-ins will be the 28th, 29th, and 30th of March, and then we will announce the winners on April 13th.
How do we calculate the winners, Bobby?
Bobby
doesn't really know how to calculate the winners, so let me help.
That? Anyway,
we take your in bodies and we look at over the course of the 8 weeks. The 4-week one has no bearing on the ultimate outcome. It's just a check-in point for you. So between your initial weigh-in and your in-body that you did this week and your final one at the 8-week mark, we look at you as an individual person and we say, okay, what was your starting weight? What was your starting muscle mass, lean body mass? And what was your starting fat mass? And we look at who gained the most muscle and lost the most fat. And those two factors as a percentage of your own starting point get combined, and the team that has the overall largest incremental change in those two areas on a combined basis wins.
I could have said that. I just didn't.
It would have taken 30 minutes.
Anyway, last but not least, if we didn't answer a question that you have and you feel like you need to address it to Kelly or I, there's a little black mailbox right outside our office. Just write it down. Obviously you want us to answer you, so tell us who it is and we'll shoot you an email, or we'll make sure that the next time in your class we'll pull you aside. TJ, Mari, Frank, all of them are capable of answering any and all of your questions. But if you have something a little bit more nutrition specific that might be kind of off the spectrum, that's when you might want to hit Kelly up for something.
Email is a super easy way to reach us too. We're very responsive. Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y at Results Only. Kelly, K-E-L-L-Y at Results Only.
So we're going to wrap this up now because I don't want you to be watching this all night. But if you need to go back and watch this again, that's fine. Make sure you pick up your books over the next couple of days from the trainers. And again, if you have any questions, let us know. Until then, good luck. Clean up your eating.
To help you guys.
Get your workouts in and enjoy the rest of your night. Read your book.
New year, new you. Woohoo!